Hello friends, this is Basdeep and now welcome to Master English. The class +2 second year English. The portrait of a lady continue ଚାଲିଛି ଆମେ ସେଦିନ ଅଥରଙ୍କର introduction ତା ସହିତ କଣ ପିଲେ first unit ସାରିଥିଲେ ତ today the tone of the second unit of the text, the portrait of a lady by Khushwant Singh. So the unit start with this. Grandmother are generally affectionate. Affectionate कहले कौन पिले स्नेही जो माने भलो पामती, protective and caring also. And let's read the following unit of the text. Note how the writer's grandmother looked after him in their village during his childhood. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଛୋଟ ଥିଲେ, ସେ ଛୋଟ ଥିଲା ସମୟରେ କିଭଳି ସେ ଯତ୍ନ ନଉଥିଲେ, ତାଙ୍କ ଜେଜେମା ତାଙ୍କର ଯତ୍ନ କିଭଳି ନଉଥିଲେ ସେ ବିଷୟରେ ଆମେ ପଢିବା ପିଲେ. God bless ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ସ୍ୱାଗତ. So my grandmother and I were good friends. What is it? My grandmother and I were good friends. ମୋ ଜେଜେମା ଆଉ ମୁଁ ଆମେ ଦୁଇ ଜଣ ଭଲ ଥିଲୁ. My parents left me with her when they went to live in the city and we were constantly together. My parents, ମୋ ବାପା ମା. My parents left me with her. ମୋ ବାପା ମା ମତେ ମୋ ଜେଜେମା ସହିତ ଛାଡି ଦେଇକି ଚାଲିଗଲେ କୋଉଠିକି to the city, in the city, and we were constantly together. ଆମେ constantly କହିଲେ continuously ନିରନ୍ତର ଭାବେ ଆମେ ମାନେ ମୋ ଜେଜେମା ଆଉ ମୁଁ ଆମେ ଦି ଜଣ ଏକାଠି ରହୁଥିଲୁ. ମୋ ବାପା ଆଉ ମା ସହରରେ ରହୁଥିଲେ, ମୁଁ ତା ମାନେ ମୁଁ ମୋ ଜେଜେମା ସହିତ ଗାଁରେ ରହୁଥିଲି. She used to wake up कहले ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଜାଣିଥିବା ଉଠେଇବା ନିଦରୁ ଉଠେଇବା. Used to कहले नियमित भाव regularly. Used to कहले कଣ regularly. She used to wake me up in the morning and get me ready for school. से कौन करे मते सबुदिन सकाळु निदरू उठाए and get me ready मते प्रस्तुत करे कौन करिवा पे बिले स्कूल को जीवा पई विद्यालय को जीवा पई get me ready for school. She said her morning prayer in a monotonous sing song. She said her morning prayer in a monotonous sing song. Monotonous, monotonous, monotonous. It's irritating, like disgusting, irritating. तो जोटा माने सुनिबा पे सेंती किछि भल लागे नै. Monotonous, विरक्तिकर, रस शून्य जाको आमे कहि परिबा. So monotonous sing. And she said her morning prayer in a monotonous sing while she bathed and dressed me in the hope. While ketebele se gaye, when did she sing her morning prayer? While she bathed and dressed me. Bath kale mate gadhei diye ebong gadhei sarla pare mate luga pindhei diye school ko jiba pai. Sei samare se gito gaye. Se gito mane nirosa bhaliya lage, biraktikar lage mate se gito. In the hope. And why did she song? Why did she song? वर्तमान यदि प्रश्न आसे से काहे की गीत गाउतला. Why did she sing? In the hope that I would listen and get to know it by heart. I would listen and get to know it by heart. तारो एई आशा थिला कि मो नाती ए गीत सुनी कि भगवानଙ୍କର जो गीत से गाउतले जेमति हम देखि दिबा पिले कराग्रे बचत लक्ष्मी कर मध्ये सरस्वती करमले तु गोविंद प्रभाते कर दर्शनम समुद्रावशनि देवी पर्वतस्थान मंडले विष्णुपत्नी नमस्तुभ्यं पादस्पर्शकम. एटा सकाळु सबुदिन आमे गाइबा कथा आज सनातनी. तो ये जो जिनस से भी चाहूला, जेजेमा भी चाहूला कि से गीतटा मो नाती शिखु, तार मने रहू सबुदिन शुणी शुणी के. Dressed me in the hope that I would listen and get it to know it by heart. I listened. Mu shunutili what she was singing, whatever song was being sung. I was listening. Mu shunutili. I listened because I loved her voice. Why did I listen then? Because I loved her voice. कारण थिला तार जो स्वर थिला से स्वर मते भल लागुतला. I loved her voice. So loved her voice but never bothered. B-O-T-H-E-R, bothered. B-O-T-H-E-R, bother, to think, चिंता करिबा. नेवर बदर्ड केवे चिंता करनथिली कोन चिंता करनथिली बिले नेवर बदर्ड टू लर्न इट जे एटा मु माने मो जेजेमा जहा गाउची सेटा मन सुनी सुनी के सिखिबी नेवर बदर्ड टू लर्न इट मन रखिबा पे केवे चिंता करी नथिली then she would fetch my wooden slate which she had already washed and plastered with yellow chalk तापरे मु गाधेई सारली तापरे मते ड्रेस पिंधेई देला तापरे कोन काम अछि then she would fetch 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 कहले go and get exactly यार अर्थ जाई कि आनिबा fetch me a glass of water तार अर्थ होची जाओ एवं मो पाई गोटे ग्लास आनी की दियो सो fetch अर्थ go and get she fetch me what a glass you know what she would fetch my wooden slate मोर काठ तयारी slate कहले बुझतवा जो सिलट व्यवहार करथिले ओ प्रैक्टिस करिया पे पिला बेले wooden slate which she had already washed and plastered with yellow chalk जाको से धोई देइची एवं येलो चॉक रे ऑलरेडी प्लास्टर कराइची जा ऊपर मु लिखिबी के करची सब my grandmother a tiny earthen tiny 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 कहले कोन पिले छोट small tiny earthen कहले कोन e r t h e n earthen कहले no made of mud माटी रे तयारी है माटी तो माटी रे तयारी then tiny earthen inkpot गोटे साई दुआ तो माटी रे तयारी गोटे शिशी माने इnkpot साई दुआ तो inkpot कहले कोन साई दुआ तो आमे जेतले पिला थिलु सेतले व्यवहार करथलु इंक वाला पेन तुम वर्तमान तुम सब बॉल पेन व्यवहार करछो so a tiny earthen inkpot and a reed pen आउ कोन reed pen गोटे काठी कलम गोटे माटी रो दुआ तर किछि इंक जोतरे बुडे की लेखा हो inkpot tie them all in a bundle आउ कोन करबो टाई कहले बांधीबा all in a bundle गोटे बंडल करि दबो सबको गोटे जगह रे tie them all in a bundle and hand it to me मते बढ़ई दबो एटा तोरो आज स्कूल को नै कि जिबु तू hand it to me and after a breakfast तापर ब्रेकफास्ट हम करिबो after a breakfast of a thick कहले कोन मोटा thick and stale chapati stale कहले बासी माने राती रे तयारी हेतिबा रोटी बाजरा रोटी चपाती जागो मैं कहूचे बाजरा रोटी हमर सकाळर ब्रेकफास्ट नॉर्मली थाई so after a breakfast of a thick stale chapati with a little butter कोन with a little butter टिके से ऊपर स्प्रेड कराई दिबो butter and sugar spread कराई दिबो ता ऊपर we went to school खाई सारला पर हम कोड की जीवो school she carried several stale chapatis with thaw for the village dogs तापर से कोन करिवो she carried कहले नौतला ता साथरे नौतला कोन नौतला several कहले more than one several stale chapati for the village dogs गार बुल्ला कुकुरंग पई से ता सहित किछि बासी रुटी नै की जाउतला why did she carry stale chapati she carried those stale chapati for the village dogs getting me then my grandmother always went to school with me because the school was attached to the temple there is a question why did the author's grandmother accompany him to the school this is the direct answer is there my grandmother always went to school with me because the school was attached to the temple clear तारा आंसर मो जेजेमा मो सहित स्कूल को जीवार मुख्य कारण थिला जे स्कूल सहित मंदिरटा लागि की रहउतला द priest and who are the teacher was the priest मंदिर रे जे पूजक थिले सिए थिले हमर क्लास टीचर हमर शिक्षक so the priest taught us the alphabet and the morning prayer कोन the alphabet and the morning prayer taught the alphabet and the morning prayer and while the children sat in rows कहले धाड़ी ROW रो कहले धाड़ी धाड़ी कहले हम बुझतवा so row sat in rows and on either side of the veranda ର ଦୁଇ ପାର୍ଶ୍ୱରେ ପିଲାମାନେ ଧାଡିରେ ବସୁଥିଲେ କୋଉଠି veranda ର ଦୁଇ ପାର୍ଶ୍ୱରେ veranda singing the alphabet in chorus the prayer in chorus ଆଉ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେ ଟିଚର ଯିଏ ପ୍ରିଷ୍ଟ ଥିଲେ ପିଲେ କହିଲେ ସମସ୍ତେ କହୁଥିଲେ କହିଲେ ସମସ୍ତେ କହୁଥିଲେ so chorus କହିଲେ in group chorus କହିଲେ in group prayer in chorus. My grandmother sat inside reading the scripture, and at the time, while I was studying there, I was learning the alphabet and the morning prayer. At that time, very moment, my grandmother was inside the temple. What she was doing there? She was reading the scripture. 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 कहले कौन पिले? Scripture कहले धर्म ग्रंथ. ठीक अच्छे तो सी से समय आम एपटे पाठ पढ़ला समय सी सेपटे तार गीता भागवत पाठ पढ़ारे व्यस्त मंदिर भितर चलती sat inside reading scripture when we had both finished जेतेबेले तार सरीबो मोर सरीबो both finished when we had both finished we would walk back together कौन करिबो आमे we would walk back together आमे दुई जण एकाठी फेरिबू कोटिकी घरकू walk back together. This time this is the time. So what is the time? This time the village dogs would meet at the temple door. The village dog would meet us at the temple door. तो मंदिर जो गेट अच्छी फाटक अच्छी से सामना रे कुकुर माने आमुको अपेक्षा करथिबे. They were waiting for us here. Why? That's why the grandmother had carried those stale chapatis. Getting me? So ducks would meet us at the temple door. They followed us. ସେମାନେ ଆମର ପଛେ ପଛେ ଅନୁସରଣ କରୁଥିଲେ. They followed us to our home. କୋଉଠି ଯାଉଥିଲେ? ଆମ ଘରକୁ ଯାଉଥିଲେ. To our home until we arrived to our home, growling and fighting. Growling କହିଲେ ଭୁକିବା. Growl. The barking of dogs is called growl. So growling and fighting with each other. Why did the dogs growl and fight? For the stale chapatis, we threw at them. सेमाने को जो रुटी फिंगा होतिला से रुटी से माने कम खाउतिले आ अधिका कळी करूतिले तांको भितरे भूका भूकी होतिले. Getting me? So they were growling and fighting for the chapati that we threw at them. जोटा आमे तांको फिंगुथिलु. ये थिला यूनिट 2. पिले वर्तमान आमे जिबा यूनिट 3 पढीबा. यूनिट 3 ओके टाइम अछि यूनिट 3 सारी दवा आ काली तमर क्लास दिन बेला हबो बिकॉज काली पर दिन अपर दिन 3 दिन क्लास बंद रहिबो. मो आई विल बी देयर इन भुवनेश्वर किछि ऑफिस काम अछि मते जिवार अछि सीएचएससी ऑफिस. So I'll not available. Tomorrow live class hobo nahi, but your recorded video will be there. Recorded class will be there. आउ तापर आइला परे फेर तरे जेमती सेमती चलिबो. आउ काली ए हमर परीक्षा होबो मन रखिबा द बैलेड ऑफ फादर गिलिगन रो एग्जाम होबो. So let's start. Second unit पढिबा बिले. So when my parents were comfortably settled in the city. जेतेबेले मोर पिता माता सिटी रे सेटल हे गेले माने शहर रे तांकर घर द्वार ठीक हे गेला जॉब फॉब हे गेला पैसा पत्र हे गेला बिजनेस सेटल हे गेला. Getting me? So when my parents were comfortably settled in the city, they sent for us. से माने आम पाखकु खबर पठेइले. कोन खबर पठेइले? They sent for us. That was a turning point in our friendship. And that was a turning point in our friendship. आउ सेटा आम बंधुतारे गोटे टर्निंग पॉइंट आनिला जेतेबेले आमे सिटी की गलु कोडी गलु शहर को बो बापा मा पाखकु. Although we shared the same room, सिटी भी हमको सेम रूम दिया गला. मो जेजेमा सहित मु रहउतली सेम रूम. My grandmother no longer came to school with me. मो जेजेमा स्कूल को मो सहित आसिला नाही. My grandmother no longer came to school with me. I used to go to an English school in a motor wash. And I used to go to an English school. मो नियमित भावे गोटे इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल रे मोर ना लेखाला आ इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल को मु जाउतली बाय इन ए मोटर बस कोदरे गोटे मो पई गोटे बस र व्यवस्था हितला मो बस रे जाउतली मो जेजेमा मते छाड़िबा पई जाउ नथिला. There were no dogs in the streets and she took to feeding sparrows. There were no dogs in the street. गली रे कोन से कुकुर नथिले. No dogs in the street. And she means my grandmother took to feeding sparrows in the courtyard of our city house. मो आम जो घर थिला घर जो अगणा थिला से अगणा रे घर चटिया मान को खाइबा दवा आरंभ कला जोटा कि से कोन करथिला गाँ रे कुकुर मान को दौला ये कौन कला से घर चटिया मान को खाइबा पई दौला. As the years rolled by दिन गड़ी चलिला as the years rolled by we saw less of each other. आम दुई जन भितरे we saw less of each other. जने अन्य जन को भेटिबार जो ड्यूरेशन थिला कमी कमी आसिला. Because sometime she continued to wake me off for some time she continued to wake me off and get me ready for school. प्रथमे किछि दिन मते सब दिन से उठौतिला मते स्कूल को जीवा पे रेडी करूतला. When I came back मु जतले फेरुतिली कोठू इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल रू when I came back she would ask me what the teacher had taught me. She would ask me means my grandmother would ask me मते पचारुतिला कोन पचारुतिला what the teacher had taught me. तो टीचर आज कौन पढ़ाइले. Who was asking? The lady. To whom? To the author. I would tell her. मुताकू कहूतिली कौन कहूतिली. I would tell her English words and little things of Western science and learning. English words इंग्राजी रे शब्द सब कहूतिले about Western science and learning. पश्चिम देश रे जो पाठ पढ़ा होतला and learning. So like the law of gravity, माध्याकर्षण शक्ति, law of gravity, Archimedes principle, Archimedes को नियम, the world being round, पृथ्वीटा गोल, and this made her unhappy. आउ एक कथा जते बेले सुनुथिला मु ताकू कहउथली मां ग्रैंडमा आज हमको ग्रेविटी विषय रे पढाइले Archimedes principle पढे हमको हम टीचर पढौथले जे पृथ्वीटा गोल हैं ए बोले पढो made her unhappy. And after listening this एटा जते बेले सुनिला से this made her unhappy. ते दुखी हे गला. This made her unhappy. She could not help me with my lesson. I got a problem. कोन बिले she could not help me in my lesson. मोर पाठ पढा रे से मते सहाय्य करि पारनतला. बुढी तो पढी नाही निजे से करबे से ओ छाड़ दे ऑल के दियास नहीं इंग्लिश केमदी पढेबो my lesson. She did not believe in the things they taught at the English school and was distressed that there was no teaching about God and the scripture. She did not believe in the teaching of the English medium school. What they were teaching there in the English medium school, it was not according to her. से जो जिनस सब पढ़ाउतला इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल रे से जिनस को से पसंद करू नथिला. She did not like and was distressed, अवसादग्रस्त हितला, distressed that there was no teaching about God and scripture. कि रोई जोड़ा पाठ पढुचंदी भगवान के भीतर किछि पढौ ना तम स्कूल रे को भलिया पाठ पढुचंदी. such type of things were there. God and scripture. One day गोटे दिनकर कथा one day I announced मु घोषणा कली पिले जानि दिबो हम स्कूल रे मनकर गोटे फिस्ट करिवार अछि आमे आसला बेले गेट रो कहबा मम्मी मम्मी सुनुता हम स्कूल रे भोजी होबो मते 100 टंका दो. तो मु सेतळ माने बस रो ले कि घर को आइछि मु अनाउंस कर देली. कोन अनाउंस कर देली exactly announce that we were being given music lesson. We were being given music lesson. मम्मी मम्मी सुनुचो हमरा संगीत सिखा जिवो हम स्कूल. We were being given music lesson and she was very disturbed. After listening this she was very disturbed. ता मुंडो खराब. जतले ए कथा मु कहि दै जे कि हमकु संगीत सिखा जिवो नाच सिखा जिवो हम नाच सिखबु गीत सिखिबु. She was disturbed. She was completely distracted. To her, according to her, music had lewd association. L-E-W-D. L-E-W-D. Lewd कहले नीच. Association माने नीच लोक मानंकर काम. गीत गाइबा नाचिबा छोट मोट लोकंकर काम एटा भल लोकंकर काम नुह म्यूजिक हट lewd association according to my grandma to her music hut lewd association it was the monopoly of harlots and beggar it was the monopoly कहले एक चटिया अधिकार पिले monopoly MONOPO monopoly कहले अधिकार तो एठी कार्य हिसाब रे बाहरी अधिकार मोनोपोली ऑफ हार्लट्स एंड बेगर हार्लट्स कहले बेश्या बेगर कहले भिखारी माने बेश्या माने याको व्यवहार करता अकॉर्डिंग टू द ग्रैंडमा बेश्या माने नाचंती गीत गांती भिखारी माने नाचंती गीत गांती एटा भल लोकंकर काम नुह अकॉर्डिंग टू ग्रैंडमा and beggars and not meant for gentle लोग not meant for gentle folk कहले people FOLK folk stand for people POPLE people बुझला तो एटा भद्र लोक मनंकर काम नुह and not meant for gentle folk she said nothing तापर आ से किछि कहला नाही मते किछि कहला नाही she said nothing but her silence से चुपचाप रहिला हर साइलेंस मिंट रो अर्थ थिला डिसअप्रूवल अस्वीकृति डिसअप्रूवल कहले कोन बिले अस्वीकृति disapproval she really talked to me after that and after I declared that particular thing in my house after she came to know that I was going to learn music and dancing what happens she didn't talk to me at all मो सदा से कथा हला नाही when I went up to university तापर कहला सेट तो सरला सिटी गोटे माने जेंस गला when I went up to university मु जतले यूनिवर्सिटी पढिबा पई गली I was given a room of my own मते मो गोटे निजस्व रूम दिया गला पिला बडो ही गले ताको सेपरेट रूम दिया जाय सोइबा पे so I was given a room of my own मते गोटे निजस्व कोठरी दिया गला the common link of friendship was snapped 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 कहले छिंडी जीवा snapped कहले कोन पिले छिंडी जीवा एग्जैक्टली so the common link of friendship आमे जो गोटे रूम शेयर करतलु से जो लिंक टिका कतिला सेटा भी छिंडी गला जते बेले मते अलगा रूम दे देले common link of friendship was snapped and my grandmother more jijema and my grandmother what she did accepted ताको ग्रहण कला accepted the seclusion कहले the separate माने जो separatism जोटा अलगा है seclusion with resignation कहले resignation कहले इस्तफा तो एठी resignation कहले कोन को जाई छी माने कहा सहित कथा न होबा परित्याग करबा एठी resignation कहले परित्याग करबा पिले seclusion कहले अलगा हेबा resignation कहले परित्याग करबा resignation with seclusion with resignation तो केमिति से रिजाइन कला कोन से परित्याग कला she rarely left her spinning wheel to talk to anyone आउ कहा सहित से कथा हैला नाही she rarely left her spinning wheel to talk to anyone कहा सहित आउ कथा हैला नाही आउ तार जो स्पिनिंग व्हील और माने और चरखा थिला अरट थिला से अरट रे तार दिन काटुथला from sunrise to sunset she sat by her wheel spinning and reciting prayers from sunrise to sunset कहले सूर्योदय रु सूर्य अस्त जाए से चरखा पाखरे माने अरट पाखरे बसिकी सूता काटुथला एवं प्रार्थना करुथला हरे कृष्ण हरे राम श्री राधे गोविंद like this only in the afternoon केवल अपराह्न रे only in the afternoon she relaxed for a while किछि समय for a while किछि समय relaxed विश्राम नउथला रेस्ट नउथला relaxed for a while कोन करूथला से समय to feed the sparrows why did she relax for a while to feed the sparrows से घर चटिया मानकु खुएबा पई टिके रिलैक्स करूथला से feed the sparrows and while she sat in the veranda breaking the bread into little bites crumbs so while she sat in the veranda breaking the bread into little beads कहले खंड BITS beads कहले खंड टुकुड़ा bread crumbs सो ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେ ବସୁଥିଲା ସେଠି ବାରଣ୍ଡାରେ ଆଉ ସେ ରୁଟି ଗୁଡିକୁ ଖଣ୍ଡ ଖଣ୍ଡ କର ଗୋଟା ରୁଟି ଦେଲେ ତ ପକ୍ଷୀ ଖାଇପାରିବେନି ନା ସେ ଛୋଟିଆ ମାନେ ଖାଇପାରିବେ ତ ସେ ଛୋଟ ଛୋଟ କରି ତାକୁ ଭାଙ୍ଗୁଥିଲା ବ୍ରେଡ୍ ଇଣ୍ଟୁ ଲିଟଲ ବିଟ୍ସ hundreds of little birds ଶହ ଗରଚଟିଆ hundred of little birds collected around her ତା ଚାରିପଟେ ମାନେ ଆସୁଥିଲେ hundred of little birds collected around her creating a veritable bedlams of chirrupings veritable bedlam of chirrupings କହିଲେ କ'ଣ ବିଲେ a genuine sense of noise or confusion caused by chirping of the birds ମାନେ ସବୁ ସେମାନେ ଚାଁ ଚି ଚାଁ ଚେଁ ଚାଁ ଚେଁ ଚାଁ ଚି 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 ଏ ଯୋଉ ସିଚୁଏସନ ଥିଲା ଏଇଭଳିଆ ମାନେ ଶହ ଘରଚଟିଆ ଏକାଳେକେ ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗାରେ ଯଦି ରହିବେ କି ପ୍ରକାର ସାଉଣ୍ଡ କ୍ରିଏଟ ହବ ସେଇ ଜିନିଷକୁ ଏଠି କୁହାଯାଇଛି veritable bedlam of chirruping some came and perched on her legs perched to sit ବସିବା PERCH perch କହିଲେ to sit ବସିବା some came and perched on her legs କିଛି ଆସିକି ତା ଗୋଡ଼ ଉପରେ ବସୁଥିଲେ so others on her shoulder କିଛି ଆସିକି ତା କାନ୍ଧ ଉପରେ ବସୁଥିଲେ କୋଉ ମାନେ ଘର ଚଟିଆ ମାନେ କିଛି ତା ଗୋଡ଼ ଉପରେ କିଛି ତା କାନ୍ଧ ଉପରେ some even sat on her head କିଛି even if କିଛି ଆସିକି ତା ମୁଣ୍ଡ ଉପରେ ବସୁଥିଲେ କିଛି ଆସିକି କୋଉଠି ବସୁଥିଲେ ମୁଣ୍ଡ ଉପରେ ବସୁଥିଲେ sat on her heads she smiled ସେ ହସୁଥିଲା ସେ ଘର ଚଟିଆ ମାନଙ୍କର କମ୍ପାନୀର ଆନନ୍ଦ ନଉଥିଲା ପିଲେ she smiled but never should SOOD should କହିଲେ ମାନେ ଘଉଡେଇବା never should them away କେବେ ବି ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ should କରୁନଥିଲା ଘଉଡଉ ନଥିଲା away it used to be and this half an hour it used to be the happiest half hour of the day for her ତମଠୁ ସେ ଅଲଗା ହେଲା ପରେ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଅଧଘଣ୍ଟା ସେ ଘର ଚଟିଆ ମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ କାଟୁଥିଲା ସେ ଅଧଘଣ୍ଟା ତା ପାଇଁ it was the happiest half hour of the day ମାନେ ସବୁଠାରୁ ସର୍ବୋତ୍କୃଷ୍ଟ ଅଧଘଣ୍ଟା ଥିଲା ଯୋଉ ଅଧଘଣ୍ଟା ସେ ଏନ୍ଜୟ କରୁଥିଲା ଇଏ ଥିଲା ବେଲେ ୟୁନିଟ୍ 2 ମୁଁ ଯେମିତି କହିଲି ଆସନ୍ତା କାଲି ସକାଳୁ ଗୋଟେ ଲାଇଭ ସେସନ ହବ ସକାଳୁ ୟାର ଲାଷ୍ଟ ୟୁନିଟ୍ କରିକି ସାରିବା କେତେଟା ବେଳେ ମତେ ଟିକେ କମେଣ୍ଟ କରିକି କହିଦବ ସକାଳ ବେଳା କେତେବେଳେ ତମମାନେ ଫ୍ରି ରହୁଛ କାରଣ ମୁଁ 4:30 5ଟା ବେଳକୁ ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱର ବାହାରି ଯିବି ମୁଁ ତମକୁ ଯେମିତି କହିଛି ସୋ ଆଉ କାଲି ତାପରେ ପରଦିନ ଅପରଦିନ ଏଭଳିଆ 3 ଦିନ ତମର ଲାଇଭ ସେସନ ବନ୍ଦ ରହିବ ପିଲେ ତଥାପି ଟ୍ରାଏ କରିବି ମୁଁ ଇଫ there will be time for myself so that's all for the day ଆଜି ପାଇଁ ଏତିକି ଆମେ ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସ ରେ ପୁଣି କଥା ହବା see you there stay tuned master English bye